So, good afternoon. It's really an honor to have Elbridge Colby visiting today. Then we had a visit in June of Secretary Hexet, and he said, hey, listen, we constantly have to look at what is the best footprint for the US in Europe given the security environment. And he said, we will consult with our allies. This is exactly what you have been doing over the last couple of months. Today is also evidence of that. You being here at the meeting with the ambassadors, also consulting on this, discussing with allies what is the best way forward. So thank you for that.
Years ago to one where we're actually having a kind of down to business conversation about how we go forward. So the spirit that we come in is obviously one, as you said, sir, of consultation, of engagement. We want to hear from our allies. I mean, that's the questionnaire that some of you asked about. We wanted allies to hear from them directly in writing, in the spirit of NATO 3.0, sir, that you pointed to, which is a European-led conventional defense, but understanding how we manage across time, the extraordinary investments by governments like Poland, like Germany, like your country, the Netherlands, many others. We hope others will come along, government, but more importantly, I think in this context, for the alliance, exactly the spirit that I think we've all been pushing for. And this review is, as the Secretary Hegseth has called it, the NATO 3.0 review, to advance and accelerate what's happening. And then to look at the strategic posture at a high level of the U.S. forces in Europe, obviously Europe remaining a critical interest of the United States, even as we prioritize the Western Hemisphere and the First Island chain, how we make that fit for purpose, not only for today, but going forward. Obviously, a lot of things here in the continent, we would think about even NATO 1.0, going back to 1987, 1988. Let's make it adaptive. Let's make it make sense. Let's look at some of the things like access spacing and overflight, where there is a lot of good, but there's some things that we need to work out to make sense going forward. So that's it.
Thanks. And now we will have lunch.